Hi all, welcome back. Match in Kharkov gym. So this is part 67. I did decide to just chuck that last bit on the end of 66. Made sense. Only took it over an hour by a little bit, I think. Okay, so we've got a full hand of cards. Soviets have 2 cards left. We've got 1 card in our draw pile. And still no issues around Predovka. And like I was saying, just as we left that last part, that I think it would be unlucky, but still possible, I suppose, if they got a double activation on Popov, removed dispersal, moved in there, and but I think I feel like I'd be willing to take the chance for that rather than doing any one unit move and see, but we do need to do something. And I don't know what that something is. I know I had talked about maybe trying to air supply Kharkov. I don't know, is that a waste? I mean, we've got some kind of nice cars. We could go kind of daft with the 1st Panzer Army here. Possibly get an attack or 2 in, I think. However, I did note that this Core Rouse card was probably a bit useless. Well, not completely useless. It does have the option to replace 1 point. So I'm pretty sure we could get this guy repaired back up to full strength. Or we could activate both these units and just bring them back a little bit. Although Boltova is a stronger looking defended target than Sumi, isn't it? I don't think we're not going to do anything aggressive with these 2 units anyway, though. So not for now, anyway. And will they come under any threat? I don't know. Not so sure. Well, I don't know what's going to happen. Kharkov needs to fall first before the 3rd tank are going to move away from there. And, well, the next third tank activation may well bring that collapse around, to be honest. Could be another reason to try and put air supply, get them back in supply, the units. Maybe not bother about attacking with them, but just put them back in supply so that it's going to be harder. And then I'd hate to waste that card on that and then them still to get attacked. And what have we got around about Kharkov? What sort of strength are we looking at? If they were, well, there's still going to be 10 strength in there, but you've got to bear in mind that a lot of the chits, the dispersed chits come up, that's 5, 9, 10, 14, 18. You could well get these other 4 in, so 22 to 10. There's probably only going to be 2 to 1 odds. And we are in a town. So, and you could get lucky or unlucky with the chit draws. There are a lot of dispersed unsupplied chits. I'm pretty sure there's quite a few of them. So out of drawing about 8 or 9 chits, you're probably likely, the odds of drawing them are probably going to draw 1 or 2, aren't you? Definitely 1, you would think. And you could get, it's a random chit draw, isn't it? So it could go really bad. But it's a 1st Panzer Army card just to do that. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do here. Part of me wants to just see the last 2 Soviet cards out and then just do what I want to, and then relax and do what I want to do. And, well, when I say relax, I mean just then I've not got any fears of things. But I don't need to worry about this. I'm not concerned with moving a unit into here. I'm going to take my chances with that. So, but if I do anything with the 1st Panzer Army, it's going to be something that's kind of strong, I feel. It's going to be what had we talked about? Yeah, this guy's getting under threat now as well, isn't he? This is 57 core. I can't remember what I'd suggested. Was it more 40 core? No, was it not these guys move up here? I don't know. I think there's a bit more thought to be needed to go into this, Grant, I think. I mean, I've just came straight back after that last bit and wondering what I'm going to do. Well, I don't really have an easy out. I don't really have an easy card to sort of say, right, well, I'll just do this just now and we'll draw that last card, because I want to know what the last card is in my draw pile, as well as then let the Soviets have their last impulse. But then again, I might do that and I might regret it and think, oh, if I'd done this instead. But none of these cards are simple sort of... Oh, we did contemplate air interdiction, didn't we? But no, come on, Grant. They've only got 2 cards left. That's a waste. Surely that's a waste, isn't it? I mean, I'd be better using that card for 2 replacement points, because I've got 2 units in the eliminated units box. And I'm not so sure I'll be able to... Actually, yeah, you can probably trace supply, actually. 1, 2... No. Oh, yeah, maybe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, he can trace supply. What does he flip into? Ooh, he goes from 2 to 4. What else have we got up here? Third core, I'm just looking at third core. They're full strength. Well, he's full strength anyway in there, but he's out of supply. We've got that unit up top. And what are these are 40 core, aren't they? Yeah. So these are full strength, that's full strength. These are full strength. Yeah, they've not been touched. This is reduced. And we've got 2, yeah, it would pick the infantry unit, unfortunately. We've got an armoured unit and an infantry unit. So that card could replace a point on this guy. Yeah, I don't know if that guy's in... Well, the fact he can still trace supply from where he is at the moment. Although we do have 2 more Soviet cards to get through before we can relax and say, right, he can trace supply. I don't know though. I don't know if that's a waste of that. It's just the fact that you only get these cards once every second turn, you know. Well, if you're lucky, you get them, you know, once every second turn. You might not. And the fact we've got the first Panzer Army card, I don't think I should be using that in Kharkov, should I? I don't think so. I think that's a waste. I think we just let Kharkov see how it gets on. You might get lucky, you might draw high odds chits, you might not draw a dispersal and supply chit at all, and it sits there and survives. On saying that, that's the other thing, which is a plus and a minus. Why put him back into supply? Where can he can't retreat anywhere. If he ends up with any result that wants to retreat, he can't retreat. I mean, okay, there's 6 steps in the hex, because they're 2 3-step units. But removing the supply status for them, I mean, I'm not saying it's not a good thing. It would be good for them, but yeah, no, I think that's a waste of a card. I'm tempted to do the replacements then. Well, what else do we want to do with third core though? Because I did have plans, didn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, these garrisons in the way. It's annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't even get in between the 2 of them there, can I? There's 2 units in there, aren't there? Yeah. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, garrisons everywhere, just messing you about. They're a pain. yeah, I think the third corps, I don't think I'm going to get aggressive with third corps. I might well do something like move a unit into there so that it's adjacent to 2 garrisons. Possibly move a unit up to here adjacent to this garrison. I think it was more 40 corps that I was thinking about getting a bit jiggy with. Getting a bit aggressive with them. And there's this guy as well. Yeah, okay, I've seen something that might be of interest. I might have talked about this before. This guy's from 3rd Corps. He's 4 strength. He's out of supply though. This guy could come 1, 2, and either 3 into there or into here. And I'm clearly not going to move both of them. I'm not Grant. You're not going to move both of them, but this guy could come across 1, 2, 3, 4 into there. Then you could have 5, 9 strength attacking that 2 strength with IP. 4-1 odds with 3 chip pools. Yeah, I feel like you need to be putting combat tactics in there. Yeah, I really do, don't I? The other thing might be if I activate 3rd Corps now, maybe I could I possibly get these 3, 4, 5, 6. If I got 2 of the units up to there, would then they be proximate? You've got all these garrisons in the way. Well, hold on. If I activate 3rd Corps and I move... Let's just say I move 1 of them into there then. Let's just say. Let's say I move 1... No, that's the wrong colour. They're the Germans. Right, let's say I move 1 into there, one of these guys, and I move 1 up to there. And then I do one of these units. Well, actually, 1, 2, yeah, I wouldn't be able to get adjacent to that one, would I? So, yeah, this guy would come down to here or here maybe. Well, let's just say there. That's this guy. And then the other guy comes across, let's just say they are from here. Then we have an impulse in between, activate. This garrison would go away. This one's going to stay though, isn't it? I think this could cause a trouble. Well, maybe not. If this one went away and this one went away, yeah, see, this could be nice because I could maybe, well, you kind of do, I want to do too many things, I think. I want to like surround this guy as well. But if these 2 units were here, then this guy would be able to, no, he wouldn't get through this gap because of this garrison here. Well, you know what you'd be better doing then, is moving up adjacent to there then. And then both these garrisons go away. This garrison goes away. This garrison goes away. Then the 2, 3 strength armoured units that are in here, the following turn can actually then go for that guy. And then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units attacking round this guy. We're sure we're going to get a result out of that. Bring this guy back into supply. That sounds pretty good, doesn't it? That sounds pretty good. Of course, the thing with that is, I could still use the 3rd Corps card just now. Yeah, I think I want this for artillery. Could still use this 3rd Corps card just now to assign replacement points. Well, am I not better? Am I not better activating third corps first and putting these units into position? No, maybe not. Maybe I want this guy back up to full strength. Because if 6 army activate again, he could be in a bit of trouble. Whereas if I bounce him back to 4 strength just now, it just means I can't activate third corps twice in a trot. So if I do the replacement point here with this card, and then obviously we see what the last card is, we see what the Soviets do. My next impulse, depending on other things, would be activate third corps, put all these units into place I'm talking about, and then we'd have an impulse in between of something like activate 40th Panzer Corps, and they can, I mean, I know they were thinking of something up here, maybe attacking this guy. They've got quite a strong force, and then they've got these guys too, and that's what I was mentioning, having artillery there. We probably have a combat tactic for one of these attacks that we're going to make. We don't know what the last card is on our deck. We don't want to risk not taking this if we've got the chance to take it as well. So we need a card to be able to do that as well. So I suppose we're hoping that's going to be the last card on our deck. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, I think I should probably make the move first, but I'm worried that this guy then, we get a 6 army activation. I mean, then again, these two can't attack, Grant. We've already been there. But there's nothing to say this guy might not come and join. I don't know what he would do without starting to look into too much, more than I want to look into. Yeah, it's just part of me wants to just see what my last card is and what the last 2 Soviet cards are, and that seems the easiest out by playing that to do the replacement point. I certainly don't need 3 activations of third corps. So I mean, that could be a replacement point. That could be an activation of third corps. That could be an activation of third corps. However, you could also say that could be a double activation of 40th corps, and you know what? That's something to consider too, because 2 activations of 40th corps with Sylvansk empty. Well, it's garrison, Grant, but then it's garrison. I wouldn't be able to, because if we did attack that, and well, it might retreat into. It'd probably retreat into Sylvansk unless we really smashed it to pieces. If we smashed it to pieces, we wouldn't get a 2 hex advance into there though, because there'd be no path of retreat. And then the fact that Sylvansk has a garrison marker on it, that's an extra impulse to remove that. We need to be able to get adjacent to Sylvansk to make it worthwhile. Decisions. Okay, I think I'm gonna take a chance with this, and I was just looking again at the 40th Corps. They can't get involved in the attack on this, and I think I talked before about why not attack this unit first. He's not got the IP. He's in a broken hex, mind you. But I think, is this not a stronger force we've got in here? I think, and these guys are stronger. And I'm going to move this unit so they would all be able to get in there and get around that and probably just have the attack on that guy. So what does that mean? What does that mean? What are you doing now, Grant? I think I'm going to stick with Well, my plan of pulling the replacement points, I think. Would you not be better moving the third core? Would you not be better activating the third core this first time now? Because you're going to have an impulse in between. That feels like... Well, but then... Yeah, no, because I might well want to move this guy, even if it was just into here, just adjacent to that garrison mark. I don't know, that might be silly, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm going to take my chance. I'm going to stick with my gut feeling about the replacement point, I think. It doesn't feel great, I know. This is one that had air introduction as well, but I don't see the point in that now. Soviets have only got 2 cards left. Right, let's try and replace a couple of points then. For German, sign a priority order. Right, I better get this up on the... Assign a priority order. Yeah, no, I'm looking up the rules for this. I want to know what doesn't really... I think they need to be able to trace supply, do they not? Page 45, 16.1, replacing lost steps. The replacement command lists a number of replacement steps that may be replaced in the name information per card play. 1 or 2 for the Germans, always 1 for the Soviets. Assign replacement steps to units in the formation up to but not exceeding the replacement steps listed on the card. Unused replacement steps are lost if not assigned and the impulse received. Do I not need to be in supply? Oh, I've not read 16, have I? Yeah. Units may receive replacements. Right. You may play a German card listing a replacement command valid on the current game turn during your impulse to rebuild lost German unit steps in the name core via replacements. Right, no, I'm still not seeing anything about supply. Come on. Right, replacement restrictions. And then supply requirements. Right, it's telling you further on. Okay. Following units are not eligible to receive replacements. A unit on the map with 2 or more steps. Okay. Unit consisting of only 1 step at full strength. Okay. A unit in a stack with 6 steps. Yeah. A unit in the reserve units box. Okay. A destroyed unit. A Soviet unit and a hex outside Soviet support. Right. Supply requirements. An on-map unit must be in supply and able to trace supply in order to receive replacements. Additionally, a Soviet unit must be able to trace reserve supply. The unit may be in an enemy-controlled hex and may be dispersed. So, this was 47 now. Okay, so maybe dispersed. It's 47 as well, yeah. Okay, so it needs to be in supply and be able to trace supply, but like I've said, we can go 1. I need to kind of go round about here. So it's 1 into there. Remember, the garrisons don't exert a zone of control, but we can't go through them. So 1, 2, I can't go down there. So 3, this is my unit, 4, and then 5, 6, 7, onto this road, and that's our supply road. So he can trace supply. And remember, our priorities are, in fact, he's not the priority, because it is reduce 1 step infantry units on the map. Right, I've not got any of them. I've only got a reduce 1 step mechanised unit on the map from 3rd Corps. And this guy, remember, well, he's out of supply anyway. He wouldn't be able to replace. But he's full strength, they're full strength. Just double check and triple check. Yeah, these are all full strength. There's only the one step unit on the map, and he's there. So we've not got any of them. Then infantry units in the limited units box. So that's where I've got to bring this infantry unit out. So he's got to be my first one. So he goes in the reserve units box. Like I said, there was an armoured unit in the eliminated units box as well, but that's not really doing anything great, is it? Yeah, it just feels a bit meh, that, doesn't it? I mean, I like the fact that this guy coming from 2 strength to 4 strength, but... Oh, hang on. Am I going to have to bring this guy back first? Oh, I am. Am I? No. No, I'm not. The Soviets do it that way. I looked at the wrong bit there. So it's reduce 1 step infantry units in the map, then infantry units in the limited units box, then reduce 1 step mech units on the map, and then mech units in the limited units box. So he's the last option. But it's just the fact I'm only putting this 1 infantry unit in here. Well, yeah. It doesn't feel as strong as it should feel, I think, but you know, you don't get a lot out of the cards, and like I say, I'm only getting this. You know, and what's the likelihood of me getting this guy back and then I'm being trapped in there? He could quite easily be cut off where he is. I mean, yes, he's got a tricky wee supply trace at the moment, but still 2 Soviet cards. But it would let me activate this guy. If I do this now, it will let me activate this guy, and maybe... see, I can only move to here. And I've got to stop. Yeah, that's the only hex I can move to with him. Well, you know what? It's still taking a garrison away, so... Oh, I'm just doing it. Right, so I'm going to flip him to his full strength. Oops, his full strength side. Yeah, this doesn't feel great. I don't know if this is the right call or not, to be honest. Yeah, I feel like I might be regretting this. My other concern is, and maybe I should look at the rules, is that I'm talking about moving adjacent to this garrison. Where this is positioned, we could well go into the next turn and this garrison might go away. And then I'm going to be thinking, oh well, what was the point in all that? But that's not the main... The main reason I'm doing this is to get this guy from 2 strength to 4 strength. But I'm hoping that he's still going to be able to trade supply come the end of the turn. And who knows what might happen here. These units might move away. I might get a different movement. It's unlikely, isn't it? It's more likely I'm going to get surrounded than anything else. Right, okay. I'm just doing that. It does feel like I'm... yeah, I think I had far better plays there. I guess I just want to see the last cards. I think that's what's in my head. Right, well, let's do it. Let's draw this last card and then that's it done, Grant. Right. Okay, are you sure? Not really. Right, yeah, once I've drawn it, that's me. I'm set in. Okay, go. Oh, you're having a laugh. I think, well, I'll tell you what, we're not getting any core Rouse unit cards next turn. How many is that? Right, I've got the primary in my hand. That's a Kampf group. Maybe I'm just imagining things here then. I feel like I've... Wow. Okay, so there's 2 Core Rouse Kampf group cards. And I've drawn them both, and a Core Rouse supplemental card. Oh well, it's going to have to be an any one unit move now. So that's 4. Does that mean that is there normally 2 core rouse? Is there normally 2 Kampfgroup cards for each core? I mean, that one does have the special staff kick infused on it. I seem to recall there was some card in the Soviet Soul that was able to... Was there not a core rouse card that got removed from the game or something? I wonder if that's got anything to do with it. Oh well. Well, we've not got a card to activate any of these units apart from an any one unit move. So now we know where we're standing there, I suppose. Yeah. Okay. Right. Okay. 31 minutes. Yeah. Well, I've done it now. I've drawn the card, so I can't go back. I just feel like I'm going to turn these cards over and cringe. Okay, let's just keep it moving there. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to finish 31 minutes. Well, we'll see what they are. Right, this should be the final sort of set of Soviet impulses for the turn. 69th Army, okay. That'll do. Surely this one's got to be a stronger army, isn't it? Oh, it's not. First Guards, 69th Army. So a nice gentle finish, these last 2 impulses. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure we can probably just carry on and get this finished. And we're going to be sitting with 5 cards in our hand. Well, yeah, you got to remember they will draw combat tactics, so keep that in mind, Grant. Right, event-wise, well, this is a primary card, so it's the command card. This is auxiliary card. Turn 5 event is forward support. Both the forward support markers are on. In fact, I don't think it does it if we've no cards left. Well, they're both on the thing. It was just I just wanted to look at that, I suppose. Does not apply if the Soviet deck is empty. Yeah. So they wouldn't have done it. I'm just wondering if I took it away, they wouldn't have done it. But it doesn't make sense, does it? Because but just looking, they're going to assign a replacement point before they activate all units in the army. And do they have any? I think they do. Yeah, they do have reduced units. Well, they have one anyway. Maybe just one. So it's not even going to be an activation with them if it comes to it. They've got air power as a combat tactic. However, we're not playing this as the event. We're activating all units in the First Guards Army. No assault coordinations, it's just air power. They do have 2 reserve reduced 1-step infantry units in the reserve units box. Right, so let's get the First Guards Army activated. Okay, and this is a way up the top of the table now, so I've managed to carefully place the tripod in between everything. So stretching up there. So activate all units in the army. Like I say, they've got 2 1-step infantry units that are in the reserves, so let's get the other units activated. Okay, so yeah, it's just the 1, 2, 3 units there. 2 of them got IPs on them. Yeah, and that's it, and I've got two reserves. So now they've got an army objective marker, which is here. Their front objective marker is in its last position, so it doesn't need to be checked to be moved. So now we're going to look at 9.26, is it? Been away somewhere else, yeah. Right, so in descending order, take a VP hex, not happening. Move method 2 is identical to 9.21 method 8, which is move adjacent to... move to an unoccupied hex adjacent to German unit and not adjacent to Soviet unit, adjacent to that same German unit. And then if it's satisfying that method, it's going to settle in. Right. Unit 3, no, sorry, Unit 11 would be first. Well, it is satisfying the method because it's in an unoccupied hex which is adjacent to a German unit and not adjacent to the Soviet unit, adjacent to that same German unit. So it would walk in there and maybe adjusted by 9.25. However, it's not going to. It's surrounding this guy. It's not going to move. It'd be adjacent. So it's going to stay where it is. I'm pretty sure that's fine and right. Right, Unit 3. I'm going to say, no, we don't have a gap here yet, do we? And getting here is not any good. For Unit 3 anyway, because he's going to be adjacent to that guy. And he doesn't satisfy the method. No. However, Unit 2, yeah, they've jumped about a little bit as well. I think Unit 2 is going to move into here. Unit 3 can't move into there because it doesn't work. Yeah, I'm still not 100% convinced about this adjacent. Like, does he not satisfy the method because he's adjacent to that? Yeah. Well, I think there's only one person that can answer the question, so whether Martin might ask him that one or not, or maybe just decide that no, it's not worthy. I think I've spoken about it before. So yeah, but if this guy moves 1, 2 braking zone of control and 3 into here, he's now in he's now satisfying movement method 8 because he's in an unoccupied hex adjacent to a German unit and not adjacent to a Soviet unit, adjacent to that same German unit. Whereas he wasn't satisfying in there, he is in there. He would look at 9.25 and hang on. Yeah, movement method 8. Movement method 8 does target the German unit then, doesn't it? Yeah. It doesn't really matter here because it is only adjacent to this one German unit. So I couldn't consider this one. If it was, this would be its target. I mean, let's just assume that guy wasn't there. But then if that guy wasn't there, would he not just have walked in? Yeah, probably. Okay, so he can only move here or here with 9.25, and he's going to choose that one because 9.25 wants to be also not in a hex it's occupied by or adjacent to a Soviet unit, adjacent to the same German unit. And this hex does satisfy that, but this one does not. So I think the guy moves down. Is that going to spoil our plans, actually? 1, 2... No, I think it's okay. Although initially I thought about moving it to this hex, hadn't I? 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, I'll tell you what, it has actually spoiled. Well, yeah, I don't know what it's done. I think that's right. I think he does move down to there. Okay, and then Unit 3, there's only one left, isn't there? So, closest to German unit, right, well we know what his target is. It's the one with the objective marker. He's already adjacent. He's just going to 9.25 as well. Now, I don't think that's going to move him, is it? He can't surround. Support's not a problem. Is it? No. Support's the bigger line, yeah. Hex not occupied by or adjacent. Well, in actual fact, yeah. That's why he stays where he is. So He locked in with that as well, didn't he? Yeah, so he's staying where he is, but showing as unmoved. Right, but we do have these reserves to consider. That is the thing. Yeah, I think that's our movement. So checking attack checks in ascending order. What is this? 11. This is 2. This is 3. So 2 first. So we've got 4 against 3 here. Now we know these reserves can definitely go in here or here. So yeah, they can be applied to this. So that's 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 against 3. However, 7 against 3 becomes, he gets a +1 because he's adjacent to German supply German units. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 against 3, so that's 7 against 4. Attack is in support, yes. So 7 against 4 is not 2 to 1. So it is 1 to 1, so we do a command value, tactical value check, whatever it is. Cards are 3. It's not 2 to 1, no artillery barrage, it's in support, that's a 4. If only Soviet units have armour, no. Still at a 4. If any attacking units are surrounded, no. No. If flanking will apply, our defender will be surrounded around but will trace apply. No. No. If target is a VP hex, no. If all combat tactics, well, we've got air power, that would apply, so that's a 5. And there are less than 4 cards, it's only a 6. Now, you sure you got that right, Grant? 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I'm only getting 6. 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 strength against 3, but he does get the +1. These are supplied, that's not. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not sure I like that guy going down there, to be honest. Well, I don't know. Maybe it might not matter, because these guys could move. Although they're moving out of the city right enough, that means they're moving out of the city. So it kind of makes you want to think, well, mind you, if I activate 40 core, I could always nudge one of these infantry units into the city. Yeah, okay. So, right, 6, so that doesn't work. So what about unit 3 then? He's here. Nah, he's go. Well, let's add 4, 5, 6, 7 strength against 9. 7 against 9, in fact it's 10. 7 against 10, or what have we in here? That's even worse. That's 11. Wow, the 40th Corps are a pretty strong corps, aren't they? I've got them sitting up here doing nothing. So, yeah, that attack's not going ahead. Is this a 2-step unit? Ooh, okay. This guy could be in trouble. Yeah, he could see something. Well, mind you, this is only 2 strength to start with, so... Right. Move down a little bit, Grant. Let people see. So, we're looking at the unsupplied unit, though. And he is a 2-step unit. So he can be a lead unit. So he's got 2 strength, and then we've got to consider the other 3. So it's 5 against 4. Now he's not getting any pluses, he's getting a -2. So 5 against 4 becomes 5 against 2. This is going to go, I feel. I'm going to use air power as. Yeah, well, maybe we can dodge it and get away with it. Right, well, let's double check, Grant. 5 against 4 becomes 5 against 2 because he's out of supply. The attack is in support, we're not adjacent, yeah. So 5 against 2, so this is 2 to 1 this time. So tactical value check, cards are 3, +2 because it's 2 to 1 is a 5, +1 because they're under support is a 6, and then, well, yeah, the defender's surrounded and unable to supply, so that's a 7. Yeah, this is going to go. Okay, right then. So attack going ahead. This guy's going to attack. He loses his IP. Take that away. And we've got to add our reserves now, haven't we? Right, add active reserves, but not when attack is overwhelming. Right, well we need to, well, this is 2 against 4, so it's less than 1 to 1 at the moment. So we need the reserves. Right, okay, so there's the 2 reserves, right? Where are they going to go then? Right, in ascending order, so it's the 2 strength one first. Yeah, adjacent to Hex under attack, in Soviet reserve supply. Non-reserve unit in active front is in or proximate to the Hex. Now, yeah, where can they go actually, Grant? Maybe I should have double checked that one. Right, okay. I was starting to put cubes down, but actually we can place it in any hex round here. This is in reserve supply because it can trace this way 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 onto this road and away. I know that's maybe just off camera. So any of the hexes is in reserve supply. They will all be adjacent to the attack, the hex under attack. A non-reserve unit in active front is in or proximate to the hexes, yes. Placement would not violate stacking limits, within operational limits, not in a German town centre. Right, prefer A. In Soviet support if attack is unsupported. No, that's not applying. Causing surrounded target is already surrounded. Not across the Dnieper. Causing target to be flanked. Okay, that does mean that he's going to pick this one, or this one. It's going to be the empty hex, isn't it? So, and then unoccupied hex. So this would flank, and this would flank, and that's the empty hex. So he comes in here attacking, and he can trace reserve supply. In fact, he's actually on the road. Probably tuck that down a little bit. You can see he's actually on the road that can trace reserve supply from. So, and then the other guy, well, that makes the numbers 4 to 4. So now we do actually have 1 to 1 odds. And chip pools are 2. No, chip pools are 3. And he's getting the third one because the guy is out of supply. So he gets an extra chip pool for that. So we're still not overwhelming. So the other reserve's going to come in, and he's going to be right. Flank's already happening. Unoccupied hex with the highest hex number. So it's going to be one of these two, and that's the highest hex number there. So he's going to come in here, and just to double check, let's say he can't trace through that way because of the German units, because it's reserve supply, but he can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 onto the road there, and he's away, so he's fine. So that adds another 1 strength, doesn't up the odds, does up the chip pools by another 1. Yeah, there we go. So only 1 to 1 odds, 4 chip pools just now. 1, 2, 3, and 1 for the fact he's out of supply. They'll get a hit reduced for the out of supply as well. Now we are going to draw combat tactics, so that means I need to shuffle the deck. Okay. And then he's got air power as the auxiliary card. I suppose we're just as well seeing that. Well, I've already said that all the 69th Army are going to do is assign a replacement point. So, I don't know, I'm quite happy to have air power, I think, instead of that, and take my chances, rather than them get a replacement point. It's not a huge big deal though, I don't think. Right, okay, so that's the deck shuffled up. So now we don't want a horrible combat tactic here. So double check, add reserves, draw Soviet card. Yeah, we're not overwhelming. Remember, even though he's unsupplied, we need to get 5-1 odds. And they've only got 5 strength against our 4. Right, let's draw a combat tactic then. 69th Army Assault Coronation. Oh, that's bad. Ouch. That could hurt. Right, okay. I was just about to say at first, oh, that gives them an extra chip pool or something. It gives them 2 chip pools, but no, that's going to bring in... So all non-active Soviet units adjacent to defender sets participate in the attack. It doesn't affect what front or anything. It just brings them all in. It's good dispersed and isolated units and units that have already attacked. Units that participate cannot advance after combat. Yeah, that could hurt because it's not only bringing more strength; it's more chip pools. So this guy attacks. And this guy attacks. Oh, he's going to lose his IP as well. Yeah. So we're adding another 5 strength. So we've got 2, 4, 5, and another 5 is 10. 10 against 4 is 2-1 odds. So the odds jump up to 2-1. And that added another 1, 2, plus the card, 3 chip pools. So we're up to large attack now. And then not only that, they've not got air power, so you know what? They're going to have some air power. That's the auxiliary card. And we've not got air power, so they're going to bring that in and get another chip pool. So 2-1 odds with 8 chip pools. I think this is right. Just double checking. Strength wise, 2, 3, 5, 7, 10 against 4. 2-1. Chip pools are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1 for unsupplied is 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 2-1 with 8 chip pools. We cannot play a card anyway. So that's that. Okay. Right, okay, well, there's nothing more I can do, so I'll just get the chits. Just bearing in mind they've got air power. They've got a hit to take off themselves because we're out of supply, and yeah, I kind of fear for this guy now. He's not got a retreat as well. He's got a step loss retreat. And it's going in a horrible direction as well. Well, maybe not. Maybe you can start looking at... Yeah, to be honest. Well, maybe. Right, I'll get the chats. Okay, it's a good start. 8-1 or defender not supported on the front and 6-1 on the back, so it doesn't apply. Yeah, and that's not what we want. Yeah, because I'm not interested in dealing the hits, so yeah, not so good. Right, 6 to go still. Alright, bad. City Town Woods on the front, disperse unsupplied in the back, that's a replenish chit. There's nothing in the set aside cut, but yeah, we don't want unsupplied chits. So, not looking good. Yeah, 2-1, that's hurting again. I mean, I know there's not an awful lot of things we can draw, but we are armoured, you know. And the fact we've got a 1.5-1 and a 2-1. You know, I thought when I draw this one at first, I thought more of that, but you know, right. Anyway, is it in a clear hex as well? I think it is, isn't it? Yeah. Right, 4 to go still. Okay, that was better. NKVD on the front doesn't apply, and 5-1 on the back, so 3 to go. Okay, that one's good as well, but not a D-1, but it was 5-1 on the front, less than 3-1 on the back, so it's an A1, but a D-1, I might get that from an armoured chip, maybe. So, but we're, yeah, you're sitting at D3. 2, 4, 6, right, 2 to go. Okay, artillery was not played. I'd love to finish with an armoured chit here. Because I think, yeah, because I think we need something. D3, I feel like that's eliminating us, isn't it? Yeah, I think it is. Right, 1 to go. Ah, what a horrible finish. Combat engineers on the front, dispersed and supplied in the back with a D2. I mean, okay, I know I was eliminated, but they were sitting at A3. And I know they were getting to reach 1, but now there's probably unfulfilled hats and they're probably going to take nothing. Ah, what a horrible finish. Okay. So 8 chits drawn, yes. 2 to 1 were the odds. The results are D2, 2, 3, 4, 5, D5 and A3 going by the chits. Yeah, kind of ugly. So the good thing is these cards are going away. There was no air power, salt coordination. Well, it did do a little bit, didn't it? It got them 2 to 1 odds. So now we were unsupplied, so that's going to reduce a hit to them down to 2. I think this is where the 5 hits, because yeah, we're going, aren't we? We retreat into there. That's our only option, and we have to take a step loss, and that takes 1 hit off us. Then we retreat into there. That's our only option. It takes us down to 3 hits. Yeah, I need to do this actually. So retreat into there. Yeah, I think it means nothing's happening to them. I'll just take this away because we're dead anyway. Where's that going? Yeah. So that first retreat, and we took a step loss, takes us down to 4. And then the second retreat has to go into there because it's not zone of control. That takes us down to 3. And then we satisfy the next hit with a step loss, taking us down to 2, eliminating us. And yeah, you can see with that D2, I just like that last D2 did. It just prevented. I mean, yes, we would have still been dead, but at least they would have been taking 2 hits. However, these are unfulfilled hits we've got, which are just going to come off of there. Yeah, and be a bit frustrating. Finish. You know, the fact we're dead, fair enough, but I mean, nice to have done something. Okay, so yeah, that was bad finish, wasn't it? Right, any advance after combat then? Now, these guys are not able to advance, so Unit 11, it's his primary, so he's going to advance automatically. Unit 17 is going to be looking at the attacked hex with a unit already advanced. Oh, hang on. Hex enable supply. Cross river and closer to objective, because that is moving closer to his objective, but that's not. Yeah, well, actually, it's closer to objective rather than attacked hex, but it's still the same. A unit already advanced in there. It's a 1 to 3 for unit 17. And he's rolled a 1. So he is moving in there. And that's 2 units already advanced. No more of that. Yeah. Well, that was a bit of a shame. A 4 strength unit, but then yeah, because we did. We wanted to try and get that guy. Yeah, we did, didn't we? We were wanting to try and save that guy. And you know what? If I'd made my move first, I would have got a unit in here before these guys had moved down. I would have had something in here, and I would have had something in here, because we were going to attack this, weren't we? Damn it. Yeah, I had a feeling I was going to regret that. It felt like a weak impulse. It felt like there was more important things to do, and I think what I got drawn into was the fact that let's get the Soviet cards out the way and then we can relax and think about what we're doing. But I had a feeling something was, and yet when I looked at the cards at first I thought, oh, that seems alright. And of course never considered first guards, and they had two reserve units. Oh well, you've done what you've done now, Grant. Yeah, because that was the plan, wasn't it? Go in, try and attack this guy and enable this guy to be able to trace supply, this 4-strength armoured unit. And now he's dead. Gah. Yeah, that was a silly play, I think. I just knew it when I was doing it. I thought, that just feels like a bit of a waste. Right, okay. Get on that, Grant. Let's finish this off. Might be me for the night now. So that's all attack jets, isn't it? Yeah, because that was unit 10, I think, wasn't it? Or 11. Yeah. Place eligible active reserve units on the map. Well, there's none of them left. Remove eligible active units to the reserve box. He was the only guy that didn't do it in. He's not going to... No, he's not. He's not. He's going to expose Slavansk if he'd done that. Why did I struggle to find that one to be... Yeah, he's not adjacent to two units or stacked with anything, Grant. I think that's what stops it. It's just, there's no restriction to say that if I remove this unit to the reserves, there's no restriction that says you can't, you don't allow proximity to a VP hex. But I think if you consider it, if he's got to either have a unit stacked with him or 2 Soviet units adjacent and adjacent hexes, then it's clearly not going to be. So I think that's how it's got to cover. But it just gets me scratching my head about it, and I think, oh, wait a minute. Right, and then the last one is place IP markers. This guy didn't move. He's already got an IP. We're all done. Okay. Well, at least that's the Soviets finished for turn 5. So there is that. But yeah, a bit of a bit of a sad kind of finish, that really, wasn't it? And I do feel like, well, whether my moves into position would have stopped any of that or not, I don't know. Maybe it would have still happened. It looks to me like I would have had a couple of units in here, I think. But, well, at least now I can plan carefully and know that the Soviets aren't going to do anything else. This turn anyway. I'll carefully lift that up. Right, okay. And we do know that we're going to have to do something about that. Probably, one of the core Rouse cards, probably do something about that. First of all, we're going to see what we're doing with 3rd Corps. We've got 40 Corps. And we've got 5 cards left in our hand. And no more impulses for the Soviets. So that's kind of crazy. But, yeah, I don't know how that's worked out that way. Well, we did discard 3 of their cards, so hopefully I've not blundered anywhere. I don't think I have. Here's hoping. Right, okay, I'll get this one put together, and that'll be another one. Yeah, I need to start watching more of it back, or you're going to end up with more mistakes that you can't fix, Grant. I'm sure they're out there. Okay, guys, I'll be back for the next part sometime soon. Cheers.